And welcome back, everyone, to a week of Who Would Win. We are in this. And you know what? Maybe it's just timing. I had actually already laid out every Who Would Win out for this week before the Godzilla vs. King Kong trailer came out. But maybe I'll do a breakdown or something of it. Because, I mean, I didn't do a reaction. I just don't do reactions anymore. But maybe a breakdown's not a bad idea. Either way, later on. A different thing. But yeah, we have our Who Would Win to start off the week. This one comes to us from Brandon Nix, who asked the... Was it Brandon Nix? Yeah, Brandon Nix. Oh, and Ghost the Reaper King of Videos, if I got that right. Really? You both gave me that one? I think you guys both gave me that. Either way, one of you gave me that one. Shout out to both of you. Either way. And that is, who would win in the fight? The Giant Claw from the Giant Claw. Versus the Monsterverse version of Rodan. Now, Rodan isn't actually a pterodactyl. We should make that very clear. At least in the Monsterverse, he's not. None of the Monsterverse monsters are actually a version of the creature that they appear to be. Godzilla's not really a dinosaur per se. Mothra's not actually an insect. Anything that's bird-like isn't actually a bird. The Titans are kind of their own species, and they're all just unique in that form. But Rodan, for all intent and purposes, is still a giant kaiju of pterodactyl as kaiju. Size-wise, the Monsterverse version of Rodan is actually, if I'm not mistaken, because I've done fights with him before, actually, is actually the largest version of Rodan, with a general height of 154 feet, wingspan of 871 feet, and a weight of nearly just a little over 39,000 tons. So yeah, he's pretty freaking big. Rodan is portrayed as basically kind of like benign, but he's also aggressive. Physical ability-wise, he's pretty durable. He's got a biovolcanic nature. He possesses an internal volcanic combustion system, causing him to radiate heat, the temperatures of which can reach up to 1,200 degrees Celsius. As a result, his external body temperature is life-threateningly hot upon close contact, to the point where he's able to use it during his skirmish with Mothra to slowly burn away the latter to near death. Rodan, though, was stabbed by Mothra. A small amount of fire was seen erupting from the wound. So basically, Rodan in this version is like a walking, living, flying volcano of some kind. Cyclonic drift streams. Basically, his massive wings can create sonic booms and just like hurricane-level gusts. Heat resistance, durability. Basically, he's got like volcanic armor for skin, pretty much in scale. So, withstand bullets, rifles, close range attacks. He can even survive bearing the full force of a gravity beam from Ghidorah, though he's still knocked down and nearly knocked out. Flying and high speed flying as well. He's also pretty durable. He's also pretty physically powerful too. Able to easily contest and overpower Mothra, and even go duke it out with Ghidorah for a little while. Though because Godzilla became the alpha, he didn't even dare try to take on Godzilla. Volcano Argokinesis. The novelization reveals that Rodan can make volcanoes erupt by simply flying over them, which in theory actually kind of makes some sense. Not that it would really matter in this fight. He has no set weaknesses except for the fact that he can be overpowered. We've seen this. So yeah, the Giant Claw from the Giant Claw is a giant, monstrous, vulture-like alien with an appearance dotted all over pop culture. Now, in terms of size, did they give a size for this thing? I mean, he's pretty big, but I can already tell he's not Rodan size. Giant Claw. Yeah, they don't. I mean, here's the thing. He does seem to be somewhere in the range of Rodan. In some pictures, like where he's standing on, I believe, what's supposed to be the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is still taller than him, but he does look like he's overall larger than Rodan in many ways, because he's clearly able to snatch planes out of the sky, no problem. Really, the Giant Claw, though, it's an extraterrestrial being of some kind. It is protected, apparently, by an antimatter shield, which Deflects all artillery, including rockets and cannon fire, shot at it. The only time it drops shield is when it's eating. It also flies fast enough to keep up with jet fighters. That's really all you get out of this. So the question is, who wins in the fight? These two clash in the sky. If these two clash in the sky, what happens? The antimatter shield, does it repel Rodan? Well, yeah, it's an antimatter shield. In theory, no matter is going to get through it until the giant claw's feeding. However, the counter to that is, I don't think the giant claw, the antimatter shield's not designed to just waste anything that comes in contact with it just immediately. It's just designed to keep things at bay. Like, if you come in contact with it, you probably aren't going to randomly die despite the name. So it comes down to the fact that Rodan could probably push the giant claw around, assuming that the antimatter shield doesn't just destroy him, which I don't think it would, because I don't believe that's how it's portrayed per se, where everything just gets destroyed immediately as it dies. Let me see here. True, when a creature's data come from another dimension, the movie trailer poster claimed that the bird comes from prehistoric times. Let's see, barely meant non-stop, supposedly, no, okay, so the trivia doesn't really give us anything on the antimatter shield per se. But that said, it's still, the whole idea of the antimatter shield, though, is still up for debate of whether or not it's true, because let's be honest, it can't really be antimatter, because the whole scientific basis behind antimatter is, that antimatter and matter cannot exist within the same space. So if antimatter were to come into existence and in our material plane, basically, into actual space, real matter, there'd be an instant just cataclysmic explosion, possibly comparable to another Big Bang. So it's clearly that even though it's called an antimatter shield, it's not true antimatter. So it's clearly just a shield, a natural shield that this creature has around it. That being said, I still don't think Rodan can get through it naturally, but he might be able to shove the giant claw around a little bit. So Rodan is trying to get at the giant claw. Giant claw is generally safe, but it is getting pushed around, because it does appear that Rodan does have a physical advantage in terms of natural durability versus its durability without the anti-shield, or antimatter shield. And probably has a bit more physical strength, and is capable of creating sonic booms just by flying, flapping its wings. So it's possible it can overwhelm the giant claw with just a sonic boom. It can't use it very effectively as a weapon per se, but if it can get behind it to just clap and just smack the bird down, that could work. And so it's ultimately who's going to tire out the other. And I would probably imagine the way the Titans are depicted, they don't tire that easy. The reason now you might say, well, Godzilla clearly was exhausted in his fight in the first one. Yeah, that's because he was fighting two Mutos at the same time. And when they ganged up on him, they were kicking his ass a little bit. So yeah, he laid down and had himself a good nap. And against Ghidorah, yeah, he was pumped up, but he was fighting his equal, if not his superior in many ways. So, and up until Ghidorah absorbed that energy from that generator, Godzilla was winning that match, actually. Same with the fight on underwater. The director even said, had the military not gotten involved, Godzilla would have won that fight. So Rodan is very similar. We don't actually see Rodan tire. Rodan is not very prevalent in the Godzilla King of Monsters movie, but when we do see him, we don't see him tire. He's got an internal thermal volcanic system, I keep wanting to say bioelectric, but that's not right. A biovolcanic system, which probably energizes him, keeps him more energized than maybe your average kaiju. So yeah, I think you're going to tire out the giant claw eventually. I don't know if it's stated whether or not the giant claw is vulnerable while it sleeps or needs to rest. But in theory, it's a battle of attrition. And while the antimatter shield would be great for keeping Rodan at bay, giant claw really doesn't bring anything to the table that could hurt in terms of offense. Hurt Rodan, because Rodan, as depicted in the Monsterverse, is far more armored than something like the giant claw is. So giant claw doesn't really bring anything to the table except for some teeth on its beak and its giant claw. So, yeah, I'm personally going to go for the long-term fight, Rodan. I think Rodan's just got more durability. He's got more unique abilities. The only thing that the Giant Claw really has is the antimatter shield, which isn't actually antimatter. Um, so, yeah, I personally put my money on Rodan. But who do you think is going to win, the Giant Claw or the Giant Rodan? Put in the comments below and let me know. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, what if, anything to do in the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Oh, did we actually have? Was I able to find stats? Nope, no weight stats or anything on the Giant Claw. I thought I was able to find some physical stats on the Giant Claw himself, but nope, couldn't find it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time. Later.